channel. If bago ka pa lang sa YouTube channel na to, in this channel we talk about spirituality, personal development, and healing. So if you guys are into that, then consider yourself subscribing. Click that notification down below, subscribe, para updated kayo sa mga uploads ko. So for today's video, I decided to create like a meditation crash course. So in this crash course, I will be teaching you all about meditation. So ano yung meditation, ano yung iba't ibang klase ng meditation, ano yung benefits ng meditation, bakit dapat mag-meditate ka, and what's the nature of the mind, and all that. Paano ka mag-set up ng meditation practice mo, lahat ng natutunan ko about meditation, I'm going to share that with you. So this is going to be a video series. I will name it Meditation101 Crash Course. So I'll create a playlist. So ito yung part 1 nito, video na to. So ang title ng video na to is going to be Intro, What's Wrong With You? So yun yung title niya. Diba? What's wrong with you? Yes. Actually, what's wrong with the mind? And at the same time, if you identify yourself as your mind, then we can definitely say that what is wrong with you. So I think importante na malaman natin kung ano yung mali or kung ano yung parang dysfunctional about our mind. Diba? Bakit siya dysfunctional? Okay? And what is the solution to it? And for me, one of the best solution to now get out of that dysfunction in your mind is to really have a meditation practice. I did an experiment back in a while. What I did is that I'm going to follow whatever my mind wants. So kung ano yung gusto niya, susundin ko lang. But of course, I'm going to do that with self-awareness. When you say self-awareness, it means that you are aware of your behavior. It means that you are not your behavior, but rather you are the one watching or observing the behavior. So when I wake up in the morning, pagising ko, usually kasi pagising ko, gagawin ko, mag-stretching na ako, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, I will meditate right away. Pero, I observe my mind. So, pagtayo ko, di ba, dapat magme-meditate na ako. Sabi niya, hindi, higa muna tayo dito, pahinga muna tayo dito, saka na yung meditation na yan. So, I followed it. Hindi ako nag-meditate, humiga lang ako sa kama kasi yun yung sabi ng mind ko eh. So, I followed it. And then, mamaya-maya, ang dami ng thoughts. I heard the voice in my head. Again, sabi niya, nakahiga ka lang dyan. Bakit nakahiga ka lang? Dapat nagme-meditate ka, sinasayang mo yung oras mo. So this time, okay, sige, mag-meditate tayo. Sabi mo kasi humiga tayo eh. Pero this time, gusto mo pala mag-meditate tayo. Sige, nag-meditate kami. Tapos na nagme-meditate na kami ng mind ko. Habang nagme-meditate kami, bored na siya. So parang, ano ba yan? Ang taga-tagal naman ng meditation nito. This is so stupid. Hindi pa ba ito matatapos? Tapos na ba yung 25 minutes? Hindi pa eh. Ganyan-ganyan. Tapos habang nag-meditate kami, it started to plan. Ano yung gagawin ko sa buong araw? Ano yung ginawa ko in the past? So, when I've reached like 10 minutes, I don't know kung ilang minuto na ayaw na niya. Ayaw niya na mag-meditate. Tama nang tagal-tagal na nun. So, I stopped meditating. Kung magbe-breathwork na kami ng mind ko, ayaw niya. Sabi niya, no, wag muna tayo wag muna tayo mag-breathwork. Mag-ano na lang tayo, humiga-higa na lang tayo dyan sa kama. Basa ka dyan, ganyan. O, di sige, humiga kami. Nagbasa kami sa kama. We did that. And then, nung nandyan na, wag yan, libro na yan, hindi ko gusto yan, ang pangit niyan. Wag yan, ayoko yan. I don't really like the author, hindi ko gusto yung way of writing niya, ganyan-ganyan. Mamaya, wag na lang kaya tayo magbasa, ay manood na lang tayo. O, di pinagbigyan ko, sabi ko, sige, nood tayo, nood kami TV. Or the voice in my head would say, oy Sandy, sinasayang mo yung oras mo, dapat hindi ka nanonood. Dapat nagtatrabaho ka, dapat gumagawa ka ng content, o nagbo-volunteer ka, or kaya nagbe-meditate ka, pasaway ka. May ganong thoughts na lumalabas, and then, okay, sabi ko, so ano gusto mo? Manonood tayo or ano? So, pinagbigyan ko, nag-work kami, gumawa ako ng poster, tapos sabi na naman niya, ay, ayoko gumawa ng poster. Ayoko niyan, higa na lang tayo. Yung naging observation ko because of that experiment. The mind will like always label things or will like always judge things. Yun nga, nung nagbabasa ako ng libro, ayoko niyan, hindi ko gusto yan, ay hindi maganda yan. So parang lagi siyang may judgments, lagi siyang may labels, lagi siyang may likes and dislikes, lagi siyang may preference. Another thing na na-observe ko with the mind is that it doesn't stop talking. As in. So I've read the book, The Conquest of the Mind by Agnes S. Warren. So, nagustuhan ko yung parang metaphor na shinare niya doon. So, sabi niya doon, yung mind daw is para siyang unlimited, para siyang Xerox machine or para siyang printing machine. Pero this time, yung printing machine yun, it doesn't stop printing. Parang print lang siya ng print kahit hindi naman kailangan. Diba, ganun din naman yung mind natin. Isip ng isip, overthink ng overthink kahit hindi naman kailangan. Okay? If the machine is like that, ano mangyayari dyan over time? Magma-malfunction yan, diba? Diba, masisira yan. So, parang ganun din yung mind natin. If hindi yan nakakapahinga mag-isip, magma-malfunction talaga yan, diba? That's why we experience anxiety, we experience stress, nagma-malfunction na kasi yung mind natin. The mind is always in resistance of what is. Diba yung ginawa ko dun sa experiment? Binigay ko lahat ng gusto niya eh. Gusto mo magbasa? Sige, magbasa tayo. Mamaya ayaw niya. Gusto naman niya manood. Nung pinagbigyan ko manood ng TV, mamaya ayaw naman niya. Gusto naman niya mag-work. Alam mo, pag nag-work, mamaya ayaw niya mag-work. Gusto naman niya magpahinga. Tapos pag pinagpahinga mo, mamaya ayaw niya na yan. Gusto niya iba na naman. So, yun yung napansin natin eh, diba? So, the mind is always in resistance of what is. So, ano ibig sabihin yung in resistance of what is? It always wants what is not true. It always wants what is not in the now. It's always in resistance of the present moment. Ibigay mo yung gusto niyan iba. So, lahat ng ibibigay mo na gusto ng mind mo, enjoy niyan for a while. After that, hindi niya na yan gusto. So, kumbaga, pag binigay mo yung gusto niya, for example, in my case, gusto niya magbasa, sige, pinagbigyan ko magbasa. Nung yan na yung present moment, ayaw niya na yan. Kasi yan na yung present moment eh. Gusto niya yung hindi present moment. Gusto niya yung hindi, kung ano yung nasa harap mo ngayon. The mind is always in survival mode. The mind is always in fear. Kung i-follow mo lang kung ano yung gusto ng mind mo, hindi siya mag-thrive. Mag-survive lang siya. Parang ganun. That's why we are always afraid of going out of our comfort zone. You know, gusto natin yung komportableng buhay lang. So, ganun. So, again, I've read this book, The Big Leap. I forgot the author. And he says that he talks about this idea of homeostasis. So, ano yung homeostasis? So, parang homeostasis kasi is yung parang internal balance in yourself. So, ano ba yung implication nun? Diba? Ano yung implication nung mga observations na yun? Una, sabi natin, it always judge and labels things. Anong effect nun sa buhay mo? Diba? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with labeling things? What's wrong with judging things? Diba? What's wrong with liking and disliking? Alam mo kung ano yung mali dun? Kasi if you have judgments about things, if you have preference about things, then it will be very hard for you to accept your present reality. For example, in my case, many times I have resisted my present reality. Kasi, you know, I have this idea, I have this preference or idea of what I want my life to be. Gusto ko ng malaking sahod, for example. Back in the days, I really wanted a big salary. So, kumbaga parang, dahil hindi ko na-meet yung ideal self ko, I'm not able to accept me. Diba? So, I am judging my life, my current life now, because hindi niya na-meet yung preference ko. So, nagets niyo? So, as long as you have preference in life, as long as you have a lot of likes and dislikes, as long as you label things, as long as you judge your present reality, you will never be able to accept your present moment. So, anong implication nun? If you cannot accept your present moment, you're not gonna be happy. Sabi natin, it doesn't stop talking. So, ano bang impact noon sa buhay mo? If it doesn't stop talking, how can you truly have inner peace? If it doesn't stop talking, how can you truly have a deep rest? You know, it's something na, alam mo, isa yan sa pinaka gustong-gusto kong makuha, yung deep rest. Yung talagang nakapahinga ka talaga. Even kasi kahit natutulog ka, minsan paggising mo, kulang pa rin yung pahinga mo eh. Paggising mo, pagod ka na agad because of all the thoughts that are going in your mind eh. It is in resistance of what is. So, anong impact nun sa buhay mo? The nature of the mind is to not be contented of whatever it is that you have right now. You will never be happy kahit na ibigay mo lahat ng gusto ng mind mo. Gusto niya ng ganyan, bigay mo, hindi yan. Hindi niya na gusto. Bakit? Kasi in a sense, wala naman talagang gusto yung mind eh. Ang gusto lang niya kung ano yung hindi totoo, kung ano yung hindi present reality mo. Parang ganun. So, kahit anong gawin mo, hindi mo masasatisfy yung mind mo. Anong effect nun? If the mind is always in survival mode, if the mind is always in fear, you like to control things. Diba? Have you ever experienced that? You like to control the outcome. We try to control everything, even the things that are not within our control. For example, we try to control the past. Nangyari na eh, gusto mo pang baguhin, andyan na yan eh. Okay? We like to control the future. Hindi pa nangyayari. Gusto mo, ito na yung mangyari eh. 'Di ba? Tapos, we get stressed, we get overwhelmed kasi hindi natin makuha yung gusto natin, kasi hindi natin makontrol yung mga bagay na gusto natin kontrolin. Tama? Now, na-realize nyo na kung ano yung what's wrong with the mind. Let's go a little deeper here. Let's talk about ego. Diba? Ano ba yung ego? What does it means to be an ego? So, ego, when I say ego, it's not, hindi siya yung part mo na yung feeling niya superior siya. Hindi lang yung ibig sabihin ng ego. Although that's part of ego, ego is so much deeper than that. Ego is your very own identity. You know, your personality, you. The mind, the preference, all your stories, all your judgment, that is your ego. Your identity, that is your ego. Saan mo gusto pumunta, Sandy? Bakit mo binabanggit yung ego and the mind? So, for me, I think one of the very reason why we suffer, at least in my own direct experience and from the experience of many people that I met, and from the experience of my mentors and teachers, our ego or our very own identity is the very reason why we are suffering. That is the root cause of our suffering. That is the root cause why we overthink. That is the root cause why we can't be happy. That is the root cause why we don't have inner peace. So, bakit? Paano mo nasabi na yun yung root cause ng suffering ko? So, ego and mind goes hand in hand. So, kung ano yung dysfunction ng mind mo, yun din ang dysfunction ng ego mo. So, kung ano yung dysfunction ng mind mo, yun ang dysfunction ng identity mo. Your very own identity is the dysfunction. As long as you think that you are your identity, as long as you think you are the mind, as long as you think you are your story, you are your judgments, you are your preference, your likes and dislikes, you are your personality, the suffering will never end. Because the very source of suffering is the identity itself. Okay? Yung mga na-mention ko kanina, yung nature of the mind, that is the nature of your identity. That is the nature of your ego. It is your ego. It is because of your ego that you are always in fear. It is because of your ego that you always try to control everything. It is because of your ego that you always resist the present reality. You don't accept whatever it is in front of you. You cannot be present in the moment. That is because of your ego. It is your ego that doesn't stop talking. It is your ego that judges people, that labels things, that prefers things. That is the reason why you cannot accept your present reality. Bigay mo lahat ng gusto ng mind mo is not the way for you to have inner peace, for you to be happy. That is not the way. Your identity is not the way. Anong way? Paano ma-end yung suffering? Anong way? So that I can have inner peace. Anong way so that I can be contented of my life? The way is to transcend yourself. The way is to transcend your identity, transcend the ego. The way is to stop identifying yourself as the ego. the way is to stop identifying yourself as your mind. Sabi nila, we are our own greatest enemy. That is so true. I couldn't agree more. Totoo yun, we are our own greatest enemy. Sino yung greatest enemy? Yourself. Your very own identity. Your very own ego is your greatest enemy. That is the source of all your suffering. So, anong way? Paano natin ma-transcend yung suffering? Transcend yourself. Stop thinking that you are the ego. Stop believing that you are the mind. You are not your past. You are not your future. You are not your goals. You are not your emotions. You are not your dramas. You are not your stories. You are so much more than that. If we want to stop to identify ourselves as the mind, how can we do that? And that's where meditation comes in. Okay? Meditation helps you become self-aware. Kasi when you're meditating, you are able to step back, become like a third person or an observer of this one. This one is the ego. Okay? So how can we stop the suffering? Be the one that is observing the ego. Kasi yung ego, yan yung nagsasuffer. Feeling niya siya yung problema niya, feeling niya siya yung emotions niya, feeling niya siya yung dramas niya. Okay? It tries to control everything. It doesn't accept the present reality. This one, the awareness, the one that is conscious, this one wala siyang judgment. This one, di niya nililabel yung mga bagay. This one is always present in the moment. This one is not dysfunctional. Okay? This one, that is one, it's just simply observe this ego. Okay? So, yun yung makukultivate mo kapag nag-meditate ka. When you meditate, nag-i-increase yung self-awareness mo, you become the person that is aware of the ego. You become the person that is aware of the dysfunction of your mind. So, syempre, kung hindi na ikaw to, hindi ka na nagsasuffer. Kasi as long as you feel like you are the ego, you are going to suffer. Because that is the very source of your suffering, is your identity itself. So, we're going meta here. Okay? We're going metaphysical here. Okay? So, yung mga, don't get me wrong, yung mga spa na yan, yung guwak po, nanonood ka ng, babasa ka ng libro, nakakatulong yan. Pero, it's, for me, in my own direct experience, para lang siyang band-aid eh. You're not really addressing the root cause of the suffering. And the root cause of the suffering is really your ego. Bakit the mind is always in resistance to what is? Kasi kapag ka-present ka kasi, when you are in the present moment, there's no more past, there's no more future, you're just in the present moment. Okay? You're just be. That is being. That is what they say when you say being. You just be. No judgment, no more past, no more dramas in the future, just in the present moment. Kapag ka-present moment ka kasi, there's no more past in the future. If there's no more past in the future, there's no more stories, no more dramas, 'di ba? And the ego feeds into those dramas eh. Yung mga problema mo, the ego feeds into that. Kasi, kailangan mo yun para magkaroon ka ng identity mo. Kailangan mo yung dramas sa buhay mo para maging intact yung identity mo na, for example ako, I need my dramas in life para masabi ko kung sino ako. Paano mo masosolve yung problem mo if the mind itself is the problem? So, the only way para hindi mag-suffer is to go beyond the mind. Sana yung mga nakanood nito hindi magkaroon ng existential crisis. Kasi parang feeling ko parang magkakaroon ng, so kung hindi ako yung stories ko, if I'm not my past and the future, if I am not my mind, if I'm not my story, then who am I? I don't know. See it for yourself. Find it out for yourself. Don't take my words for it. Don't take the words of anyone else around you. See it for yourself. Walk your own path. Find the truth for yourself. Have your own direct experience of who you really are. I don't know. It is only you who can find that out. And one of the two that can help you find who you are is meditation. So meditation really will bring you peace of mind. Because meditation helps you transcend the mind. Yun lang. Grabe yung intro natin, no? Alam, ewan ko, feeling ko iba isipin nila baliw ata ito eh. Parang transcend yourself. Anong transcend your mind? Transcend your ego. Bahala kayo, isipin nyo na kung anong gusto nyong isipin sa akin. Diba sabi ni Buddha, it is Buddha that says that every human being is suffering. And that's so true. Diba lahat tayo, we fight our own inner battle. Inner battle? Bakit inner battle? Kasi you are at war with yourself. And who is that self? That's your ego. It's your ego. So we have to transcend that. Yun lang. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sana may natutunan kayo. Sana na-curious kayo. Sana napaisip kayo. If, I was able to change that perspective of yours, I'm so happy. Diba? And just expect radical teachings here in my YouTube channel. More radical teachings like this. Expect something like that in the future. Yun lang. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something from it. And if you did, don't forget to like the video, share it to your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that notification down below para updated kayo pag may mga uploads ko. I'm so excited. Sobrang excited akong i-share lahat ng mga natutunan ko along the journey. I'm not a teacher, okay? The things that I'm sharing here is something that I'm also learning myself, okay? So, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I forgot yung outro ko. Follow me in my journey to self-mastery. Bye!